Hello, Nikolai Markovich from Echolake Technologies, echolaketech.com. In this video, we're going to do a little bit of house cleaning for the calendar app. And we're going to start here first with this repeating group. Do a little bit of cleanup, so text on, let's see, appointment info. What I want to do on this one here is we have the start time and end time. Let me just go to this other window here, and you can see this is the format, but I'd like to add the day of the week in there as well. So what I'm going to do is come over here and click more and then formatted, and then you can see in the formatted it gives you a lot of different options, and what I'm going to do is click on custom. And on here, it's basically this month, day, year, and so forth. And you can see it start to change here in this window as I make the deletions here. Like that. And let's see here, we've got some other things going on. Let's go and delete that. So now we've got it as Tuesday, 31st. All right. Great. Let's take a look and see how that is. All right. Good. Now let's go and we will do the same thing. I don't know if I can, I was thinking I could maybe copy that, but we'll just walk through it again. Do more, formatted. And what we're going to do is custom. Go over here, delete that. Whoops, one too many. Delete that. And then come over here and delete all of this. Great. And there. Like that. The other thing that I wanted to do is back over here on the options, if you remember, again going back to this screen. So it's basically taking what's in the repeating group and finding the count or only one instance of it and putting it in this drop down. So what I want to do, instead of having a 2-1, I want to put it in ascending order. So that's simple enough to do. So we come over here and do sorted and no. Just like that. So now when we come over here, it's refreshing. Now it's going to be in this order. Great. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is I did notice that there was an issue with this workflow in which when I click on an event here, it tries to create a new time slot. So what happened was when I was doing some copying and pasting, I picked the wrong one. So I actually want the info and not to create the event. So when I click on one of these, it has the information. And now what I actually want to do is do a bit of cleanup on the pop-up. So now we have some additional information from when your clients go and add information, and I would like to go and capture that. So event info here. Now for this one, what we're going to actually do is we'll copy this copy with workflows and then paste with workflows. what I'm going to do here is, so this is going to be client info. So after our client has gone in and reserved a spot, I want to go and show their information. So, and that's not going to be it's going to be cancel event. So that's another thing I want to do, is to cancel the event and not delete it. So I'm just going to slide this all down here. Let's do that. And let's see, this is going to be appointment. And this appointment information. I'm going to make this a little bit wider just to make sure there's no letters that get chopped off. Okay, so what we're going to do on here is the event is actually the appointment name. Now, just as a reminder, these fields here in blue are dynamic fields, and I can't go and manipulate these while I'm in the editor, or else Bubble is going to give me an error. But I can type around it. So what I also want to do on here is add client's name, and then their email, and let's see, we have their phone number as well. And then at the end, I'm going to put their comments, reasons for appointment, like that. Change this so that it's consistent, like that. All right, I'm going to save this. And now what I can do is I can come over here and enter in the dynamic values. Now, over here, you'll see that there's a deleted. I actually made some changes in the database, and that's why that deleted is there. And subject, and we have client's name. So it's going to be calendar, or parent calendar's event first name. And then what I want to do, oops, yeah, Bubble is a little bit fickle with these inserting dynamics here. So just have to kind of play around with that a little bit. And their last name, and email, their phone number, and start date and end date. You know what? I am going to go and also change the format on this like we did in the prior one. Like that. Close that. And then this one right here, same thing. We're going to go change the format, make it custom. Oops, one too many there. Clean that up. And again, you can take a look at the edit window as the changes occur. Okay, so that is that, and the reasons for attending. Where is that? That is, we got subject and comments there. Now I'm going to go back into the editor, and what I'm going to do is just change these colors to keep it consistent. That way it's easier to see that the blue is going to be the client's data, their information, and then the black is just the form information, if you will. Okay, so that is that. Oh, looks like I did make a change to one of these. Actually, I wanted to put a space in the name as well. That, make this blue. So again, when you change one of these dynamic fields here, the ones that I'm making in blue, when you make them in this rich text editor and save out, Bubble will flag that. Now hopefully I haven't done that again, and it still doesn't like it, so there's something. Well, we can do this by trial and error and see where it is. Okay, it wasn't that. And this is just part of working with Bubble and developing apps. You go through and you find these issues and you just kind of keep on working through them. So I'm not quite sure why Bubble didn't like what I was doing earlier, but in any event, there we go. So now for the information, we have the appointment name, client's name, email, and so on and so forth. Kind of weird that it just, I don't know if that's maybe a bubble bug that's going on. In any event, we shall keep going. All right. Now what we need to do is we have these two pop-ups. We've got this one, and we've got the one we just created. And what do we call that one? Client info. Okay. So what we want to do now is the following. I'm going to go back to our workflows. So for this one, we want to pop up the event info, but we want to do this only when, let's see, what do we want to do this on? This calendar's current event email is empty. So basically what this should do is when a client hasn't reserved a spot, we want to go in and show this calendar here. And what I'm going to do is copy and paste. And when it is not empty, what we want is we want to show this new calendar, the one with all the client info on it. So again, for you as the owner of the calendar, when you go in and click one of the calendar events and a client hasn't reserved it, we're basically testing for that condition right here. Because when a client does reserve a time slot or an appointment slot, they need to enter their email. So when it's empty, we're going to show this pop-up here. And then when it is not empty, meaning that the client has put their email in, we want to show this other pop-up that has the client info on it. All right, let's give it a shot and see how it goes. And it's reloading here. When I click on that, all right, so that hasn't actually changed any, and so that's good. Now let's click it on here and see if this, oh, actually, my bad. we want to actually come back here. Let me see here. So we've got 1 o'clock and 12 o'clock slots that are 1 o'clock. So this one at 12 o'clock should pop up with a client information. There it is. All right, so this is working. And we have, okay, we got a little bit of stuff we want to clean up here for the phone number and on the date. So let's go ahead and do some cleanup on that. All right, so we've got this like that. Yeah, we've got this one here like that. Okay, what was the other? So, not that one. And the phone number. All right, so for phone number, and phone number, and then click the more, formatted as US phone, just like that. Refresh the screen. There. That looks a little bit better. And that is it for that. Let's see, what other thing? There was actually, I noticed on the event. So we actually, since you as the owner of all of these time slots, we actually don't even need this anymore for the title or the event name. We could probably make this a little bit smaller as well. Again, part of being a developer and working on your apps, you're going to do exactly what I'm doing right here. You're going to iterate on the design. You're going to go back and forth between the editor and running it and just seeing how things look. There, that looks a little bit better, just like that. So it's some trial and error, see what it looks like, and just keep on iterating on the design. I hope you found this useful. If you did like the video, give me a thumbs up below. And if you have any questions or comments, leave those below as well. Thank you, and we are coming towards the end of this app. The next thing we're going to be working on is sending out email notifications for when the either an account or when an appointment is created, or I should say reserved by a client, or when it needs to be deleted as well. So we'll see you in the next video. Thank you again for your time.